Orsi Software. The Orsi team is committed to providing full lifecycle support for developing, testing, and delivering market-driven products. Orsi's motto is when a customer engages one of us, they engage all of us. Go to orsi.com or rasi.com for more information. Maceo, please introduce our guest, sir.
Man, when you are the VP of any situation, that means you got a real nice office, wood grain, everything, big reclining chairs. Sabrina Jenkins to the microphone. Special events for Atlanta Braves and
Life is good.
I
Life
see.
is great.
I see. Big office.
So
It's
talk
a
to
nice office.
Okay, I'm sure.
It's a new ballpark, so
We're gonna talk about it.
Here you go.
So, how does someone from the A, who went to Augusta University, Augusta College back in the day,
right.
become a vice president of the Atlanta Braves? How do you start off in that, getting on to being a part of the Braves staff? Tell them about that story.
Well, I always say God always has his hands in it. Coming out of college, I just knew I wanted to be in sports. I wanted to do sports marketing. And I sent my resume out across the country to all the teams that I thought I wanted to work at. And that was in 90.
Yeah.
Jobs were scarce. In 91, the Braves went to the World Series. And the following month after that World Series, I got a phone call. The ticket sales manager had plucked my resume out of a stack of resumes.
Wow.
And
Wow.
The rest is history.
the rest is history. I went in for an interview the following February of 92, came on board with the Braves as an intern, part-time, and did that for 8 months through that first season, 92 season, and then got put on full-time in December of 92.
Hadn't looked back since. Wow.
Yeah.
A part-time intern, not a full-time.
Right.
A part-time intern.
My first question: do you think students, graduates coming out, do you think they understand how many jobs there are in sports, especially today?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think, the kids are so focused on playing sports that you forget about the front office and all the opportunities that are in the front office of a sports organization. I was just telling E earlier, we've got accounting, we've got lawyers, we've got marketing personnel. It's so many areas of business that you can get into without playing. But I always tell kids, you have to have a love for whatever you do. And if you have a love for it and a passion for it, in sports, it doesn't pay well when you first start. So you better love what you do.
Love what you do.
Love what you do. And if you do that, I think the income comes later. So
I just thinking about that. I mean, everybody thinks it's about the 25 players and the management, but there's a lot of office people around there and up top that's doing that. And what would you tell people who are interested in marketing? Because like you said, back then, 90, it was a little bit scarce. But now, the digital age, there are a lot more opportunities.
we have whole departments that are run just for the social media and digital marketing. So the opportunities vary and they are vast. You just have to want it and just be committed to going after what you want, setting your goals. We have a great trainee program that wasn't available really when I started, but now we have an actual trainee program where we bring kids who are just graduating from college. In October, they fill out their application online. We go through interviewing process. Our HR department provides all the department heads with different resumes. And we bring on about 25 plus trainees a year now.
Wow.
That was not
That's awesome.
that way back in the 90s for sure.
Now, you've seen the process from Fulton County to Turner Field and now out to SunTrust. It's a lot of moving.
That's a lot of moving. Throughout my career, I started out, the gentleman who called me was our ticket sales manager. So I started out on the baseball side of our business back in the 90s. And was in ticket sales for 9.5 years. But while within ticket sales, I was kind of working my way in different areas.
Cross training.
I really was. I started doing our supplier diversity. I got on our postseason hospitality. We were going to postseason every year. So,
The good old days.
so the good old days.
The good old days.
Hopefully they're coming around again. So.
You see us shed a tear, we might start remembering some things, right?
Yeah. Freaking Lonnie Smith. I'm sorry. See, I remember feelings already. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Pull up.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't do that. Pull
I'm
up.
sorry.
And that's something we're going to talk about when we come in, because, you've seen 3 stadium changes, but you've seen 3 ownership changes.
That's correct.
You've seen,
I survived them.
Went from Ted, Ted, AOL,
Yeah.
and now we have Liberty Media. I
Yes.
mean, just survival. That's a great word. I mean, what were some of the things that you just wanted to make sure in order to keep going?
I think diversifying my skills.
The more you can do.
The
Yeah.
more that I can do. So I'm currently in the role of special events. So we handle all of our non-game day events, all of the big concerts within the ballpark, festivals. But before then, the supplier diversity is a passion that I have within our business, to make sure that women and minorities are able to get their foot in the door and do business with the Braves. That's important to me as well.
It's funny, make sure she saw Fulton County. You remember Fulton? Turner Field. She saw just the atmosphere, like they're just getting higher and higher upgrades since you started. It's got to be you. I think it's you.
You think his name?
Yeah, you got fresh buildings. We got a battery now.
Yeah, we have a whole little community, and people should come out and see it. It's wonderful.
We need to talk about that community.
Yeah.
I have questions.
No.
You got to.
Yeah, I have questions.
So make sure you get stuck with us sometime. I'm like, where you at, man? I'm over here. Man.
He's over at the battery.
I'm at
Like-
the battery, man.
Y'all finna cry.
It is a great development. They did a wonderful job.
When we come back, I want to talk about diversity in sports all the way around, because people don't understand behind the scene. There might not be a many, but you being one of the ones we know, and we're gonna talk about that when we come back.
Sure.
Stay with us. It's Crush.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a
I
cold
want to be
day.
a football
I want to be a
stadium.
bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
it helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
And will give someone in my community
a second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. That's safercar.gov/the the right seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
This is Robert Hicks, ex-NFL football player and actor with The Blind Side, and you're with The Crush at ssnatl.com, Sensation Station Network.
You got some Queen Latifah going today. I wasn't ready for that. U-N-I-T-Y. Yeah. We're back, man. It's The Crush Sports Talk on the Sensation Station Network. We're here with Sabrina Jenkins, Vice President of Special Events and Promotion for the Atlanta Braves. And you have to say and SunTrust Park because you're mostly setting up events for SunTrust Park.
That's correct.
So
I sell the ballpark as a special events venue.
So you sell the ballpark. How many? Okay, so you got 81 baseball games. How many non-baseball game events happen in SunTrust Park?
Over 200 we've done.
Wow. Since the big start?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
So we do meetings, we do trade shows, we do receptions, weddings.
You have all that.
We do concerts, festivals. Wow. So yeah, it's our job to keep the ballpark busy during the off season and when the team is out of town.
So let me ask this question because I understand why the move to Cobb County. I understand the plan. What was it about Turner Field that they just were like, you know what, we can't get none of this stuff done over here. We got to move on.
I think we wanted to stay. It just didn't happen. You know, I can't get into all.
Yeah, right. No doubt.
Yeah, I just think that the circumstances. It was
Location.
We moved closer to our fan base. To be honest with you, as far as our season ticket holder base, I thought it was a brilliant move. You are closer to the people who are coming to the game. So it made sense, and I thought it was a great move. And the fact that, to be able to build a ballpark specifically for baseball.
Right.
So Turner Field, we had for the opening and closing ceremonies
and it was
for
track
the
and
Olympic.
field. Right.
And so it was retrofitted.
It had to retrofit it for baseball.
Mm-hmm. So it only made sense to be able to,
I mean,
and then Atlanta Fulton County Stadium we shared.
Yeah. Did you, as being, is it easier to sell?
Well, new and shiny is always easier to sell.
But see,
come on.
You've been to a few new and shinies.
Yes.
How was it? I mean, you were with the TED back in the day when the Olympics were coming.
That was an easy. Well, the team was winning as well.
Truth.
So it's amazing how when the team is winning, it also affects the special events aspect of it.
Yeah, because everybody want to be.
Everybody want to be part of it.
Everybody wants to be a part of a winner.
Everybody loves a winner.
Yep.
Everybody loves.
How we talk about? We've been 14 times. We missed them. We missed them times. No.
Those times are coming around again.
I feel Snicky got us. We got you.
Because we got a lot. We have great young talent. I love the talent we got.
And does that happen when you? I don't know if you can see the numbers now or can talk about that, but the excitement around the team now, does that bring more events that you can see?
Yeah, I think it will. I think that once again the newness of the ballpark is bringing a lot of the events that we're doing.
Right.
But with the team winning, that just helps everything.
Yeah.
Winning cures everything.
My dad's favorite line. Listen, you want good dinner and you want everybody to pat you on the back. Win. They're not gonna do losers like that.
Man, I'm thinking your hot dogs as losers. Steaks
Yeah,
as winners.
yeah. That's it.
We put a little extra money into the budget when you win.
And even
But
though
we serve great hot dogs at the ballpark.
yes, you do.
It's kind of like has to be.
You're staying away from that now.
Oh yeah. But if it's not salad, I can't do nothing with it. No soda. If y'all see me with a soda, slap it out my hand. Slap it out my hand.
All you gonna do is sneak in the corner. Like,
No, I'm not. After that run today, no, I'm not. I can feel it today. Yeah. But I know this is not your area. But if they need anybody with need uniform guidance, tell them to call me.
Okay.
Because I think we need to bring back the Dale Murphy, the light blue uniform.
I love those uniforms.
We need to wear that. We need to bring it back, and we also need to bring back the pinstripe. We wore the pinstripe during the Joe Torre era. We need to bring all those back.
Go back to the 82 days.
Yeah. Because the light blue, even though we wasn't winning, it was such a good look. Who didn't like Dale Murphy?
I love Dale Murphy.
Who didn't like Dale Murphy?
The Power Alley poster.
I still have it. It's on the back of the wall, back of the door at my mama's house. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you've been with the Braves, you loving the Braves and all that, but diversity in being as you're a VP of a major sports event. We've had, like I say, one of the things that we pride ourselves on. We've had Allison Fillmore and things of that nature. Minority in sports and getting in the front office.
Yeah.
Is it growing?
It is growing.
Because you don't see everybody was like, "Yo, she's vice president." Yeah, Sabrina Jenkins.
I kept getting that. I got that a few times today. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Yes, she is.
It's a lot of hard work, but the opportunities are available. I think the kids that are coming out of school, they just need to take advantage and know where to look and know who to contact. I am a champion of mentoring. I belong to an organization called WISE, Women in Sports and Events, and we have our WISE Within mentoring program, which is a great program. So
listen, y'all, she opened the door. She wants more to come in. So don't keep saying we can't. You can. I think the one thing that people got to learn also that you said when you got your role, you didn't just sit and do that one role.
No.
You learned many.
I did.
Crossover, baby.
A lot of people don't understand that.
The more you can do.
When we come back, Sabrina got to tell you about this event's coming up.
Yes.
And, after that, I think it's time for the hot seat after that.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a
I want to be a football
I want to be a
stadium.
bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
It helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
and will give someone in my community
A second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
And we're back. Still not crushing interview. Brought to you by ORC Software with Sabrina Jenkins of the Atlanta Prairie and SunTrust Park. So you say you do been on over 200 events since you've been there. I mean, do you have like a whole department and y'all running? Do people come to you more, or do y'all have to go out more? How does that work for a special
A little
event?
of both. You know, you always have to be proactive when you're selling, so you don't just kind of rely on the newness of the ballpark. But we do have a department, the special events department. But our business has grown, and it's evolving, and it's completely changed. So now we've got a lot of internal events. We've got our corporate partnership events. Then we have our non-game day events. So it's growing.
It's growing.
And so it's definitely changing.
How big is it to have a partner like Delta on board? I mean, the Delta parking lot.
That's a great. Delta has been a wonderful partner of ours for years, and as a matter of fact, the upcoming Hank Aaron Week, Delta is the presenting sponsor for
Go ahead
that.
and talk about it.
This is the week of June 18th. That entire week, we're doing different programming, and it's to get out into our communities, to make sure that we are touching our communities and in the right way. So we've got a lot of different programming going on that entire week. We partner with Delta, and Delta and our Braves Care will be out at Carver YMCA on June 19th, doing some painting and sprucing up the place. On the 21st is the event that myself and Lisa Miller with SunTrust Bank will be doing. It is our Supplier Diversity Business Summit. And for an entire day, we are inviting a lot of MBEs down, along with corporate people, and we're going to interact and network. We've got a panel discussion. Corey Smith with Major League Baseball is coming down, sitting on that panel. A lot of other different dynamic panelists. We also have a great luncheon speaker that day. And then we have a speed networking event, roundtable, where you take minority enterprises, business enterprises, and they are going to sit at a table with one corporate person and kind of do the 30-second elevator pitch. And it's a speed networking. So after 15 minutes, everybody switches. Although the MBEs get up, they go to the next corporate person. So it's just an opportunity for us to really expand our market and honor Mr. Aaron and all the great things that he does. That Friday, down at the Center for Civil and Human Rights, we have the Champions for Justice, which is Bob Costas will be there doing an interview with Eric Holder. And so these are some of the honorees. And then on Saturday, after the game, the Big Boy concert is taking place after the game. So we've got a lot of great programming going on that week.
I'm going to be calling you.
You can call me. You can also go to Braves.com to get the information. But
that's awesome. I mean, because one of my bucket lists is Hank Aaron, and one of my favorite. Grew up with all that, so it's just great that y'all can do things like this for him and keep honoring this man.
I still, when I don't see him a lot in the office anymore, but when I do see him, I still get chill bumps.
Yeah.
And it's so special to still have him around the ballpark.
He is such an iconic figure to this city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yep.
And to be able to attach his name to something, man, I'd be having Hank Aaron Week like every other. Man, Hank Aaron Week, let's go.
Yeah.
And one of our people that we all know, C.J. Stewart, is doing this event June 8th this week.
On Friday.
Right, on Friday. To be able to do that and help guys like C.J. and get his program out there, that has to be special for you as well.
It's very rewarding for me to to be able to use my position and platform to do good for others and to really help other programs to come up. So I will continue to do that as long as the Lord allows me to.
Do you understand the magnitude of the kids being able to, at that age, play?
Yeah, it's very special.
Wow.
Yeah.
'Cause when we were there last year, I was like, I don't even know if these kids understand. Like, I would have killed, man, to been able to, like, get on the field.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very special. So,
Because it's like you play in all these little fields, little league and your high school, but this is the field. You know what I'm saying? This is where everybody plays and hopes to get to in baseball. So it was very special. When you find yourself seeing yourself, when you got to this position, were you one that said, man, you know, you always say thank God, but did you also say, pat yourself on the back, I deserve this?
yeah, the hard work. I put in the work.
Right.
So I do believe, I deserve everything that comes to me, but nothing comes to me without God.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, that's where all my strength comes. When things are going bad, even at work or in personal life, he's the one that I fall back on.
I love it.
That's awesome, man.
I love it.
We come back. Sabrina might not like us after this, but we're going to the hot seat.
I got them lined up.
All right.
Hot seat question. We'll throw some hot questions at you.
Okay, I'll be ready.
So stay with us, Sister Crush.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Great leaders aren't born, they're made. And not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
We're more connected than ever before. 90% of America's students use some form of social media, but not all of it's used in a good way. Hurtful posts online are leading to social isolation for many. Psychologists say it's bullying in a brand new way. Well, Beyond Differences and I Keep Safe are looking to change that with ideas for students, their parents, and even teachers. Take the pledge to be kind online and learn more at wearekindonline.com.
Jack, yeah, black on.
Time for the Hot Seat Hotline.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, we get into the hot seat with Sabrina Jenkins. Well, we're going to throw some hot questions at you. You're going to throw some quick answers. You ready?
I'm ready.
Start it off, Maxie.
Your favorite Atlanta Brave?
Hank Aaron.
I love it.
Just say. When the run was happening and the championship was in '96, what was your feeling for you? I mean, was it crazy?
Championship in '95?
5. I forgot one year we had the
That's right.
Think about how was it around there? The office.
It was electric. It was long nights because I was on the hospitality committee.
Oh, wow.
So it was very long nights working all those parties, but it was so much fun.
I bet it was.
It was a blast.
It was fun for us, too.
Yeah, it was a blast.
We stayed in the street. Anyway, go ahead, Macy.
Was Dave just as a cool guy?
Dave is still a cool guy. Yeah, he's still a good guy.
What is a perk that you can tell us about being in the Braves organization that you get to do, being such a big part of it?
Well, when the team went to the World Series, they flew the front office to the World Series as well, all the full-time employees.
So by doing all of that, what did you do with your championship ring? Where's your ring?
You got it somewhere?
That's a sore topic for me. I have a couple of rings, but someone decided that they wanted my World Series ring.
What?
So
The
yes,
one?
the one.
We might go talk to them for you.
Yes.
Come on.
We're going to talk to them for you.
Yeah.
Man, 26 years.
26 years.
What would you tell somebody young about trying to stay with an organization for that long? Because now everybody's moving job to job like it ain't nothing. But being persistent and staying in an organization, what would be your advice to people in order to do that?
Well, first of all, I think they have to love it. And I think they have to, once again, just diversify your skills and what you're capable of doing. Always reinvent yourself in anything that you do. And that will keep you moving forward.
That's awesome.
Would you consider Chipper Jones the second greatest Brave? Okay, that's my question.
Of course. And you know what? We're looking forward to having Chipper go into the Hall of Fame this year. So
Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Chipper.
Next month.
Larry.
Yes.
And I finish with that. Do you feel when you see some of these guys walking through, the Chippers, the Maddoxes, the Hanks, and you kind of sit by like, yeah, this is pretty cool sometimes.
I think I'm so used to it after all this time. I think 20 years ago, absolutely.
Greg gone. Gone, Greg.
We had Otis in here one day, and he was just there not too long ago. But we was like, oh, look at Otis.
Old Otis.
Old Otis. And
Old Otis.
See it bring walking around any day. We're like, yeah, see, you would have hit, yeah. You were the one that did that turn
Sid, you
second.
still did almost make it.
You know who came into the office about probably a month and a half ago, and I was able to get a photo with him? Bob Horner.
Oh, my guy.
I see. That's old
That's
school.
old school
My
Brave,
guy.
right?
That's
my
old school.
guy.
Claudel.
4 home runs in one game.
That's Brave.
Oh,
My guy. Claudel Washington and Dale and all them. Hey, come back. We're going to finish.
I ain't like
up with
Claudel
Sabrina.
Washington.
I did, man.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm place on a
I
cold
want to be
day.
a football
I want to be
stadium.
a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
We're back. And Sabrina, what's some of the biggest lessons you've learned through your 26 years with the Braves?
Oh, wow. Look after other people. You know, don't get so caught up in your career and what you're trying to achieve. But, you know, when I started, it was a handful of African Americans in the front office. Now, there is a lot. Over the past 2 years, we've hired a lot of African American, specifically women. And so they are always in my office coming to me for advice. So I want to make sure that I'm giving them the best advice that I can give them to help them grow. So pour into them as much as I possibly can. That's what I would suggest to anybody in a position to do so.
Were you at work today? Fred McGriff set the press box on fire.
Yes, sir. I was there.
I was like,
my family was calling, making sure we were. I'm like, I'm not anywhere close to the fire.
I say that. That's a good signing right here. yeah, he gonna be all right.
Yes.
That's a good. We need that bad.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a pioneer?
You know, other people look at me as a trailblazer. I really don't, because there were so many others before me that laid the path for me. Mr. Aaron, Jackie Robinson, and as far as within baseball. So, you know, I'm happy I'm in a position to help other African American women and women in general, and I take pride in that.
Do you make sure that Mr. Banks get his Uber?
Walter.
That's our guy.
They did. Everybody loves Walter.
Yeah.
He is
Mr.
awesome.
Banks is the truth.
He is awesome.
Before we
Ask
let
him
you
a
go.
question.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Give him a number.
That's it.
Last time I saw him throw 4, boy, he gave me so many numbers. I was like, all right, I can't.
Overload, Mr. Banks. I'm sorry. I love you, Mr. Banks.
And throw it at me like that. I wasn't ready. Talk to me, Ben, before you go, about the event we got going on with Hank Aaron right now.
Yep. So the week of June 18th, throughout that week, we've just got a lot of different programming going on. You can go to Braves.com to get more information. We've got the Great Business Summit that's coming up on the 21st as part of that week, along with the Champion for Justice honorees down at the Center for Civil and Human Rights.
I love it.
Real quick, what do you do for fun? What is your when you get away from? How do you get away from this?
You golf.
I do. I was in a golf tournament. Look, just getting back into golf, but was played in a tournament yesterday and looking to play in a couple of more this year. But I love football as well. I'm a huge Falcons fan. So
thank you.
that is my outlet. I can kind of take off my supervisor's hat at one venue and go to the other venue and be a fan. So that's what I love about it.
Tell Julio to get a camera.
He's good. They're good. They're good. He'll be there.
Sabrina, we thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
This was
It's
awesome.
been a lot of fun.
Thank
I appreciate it.
Let's take this photo, and when we come back, we'll get into the rundown. Stay with us, it's the Crush.
So, I'm a dog, and